Good morning, guys. Hope you guys had a crazy weekend. I missed a lot of action on Thursday and Friday, and man, I missed some big moves in the markets. And I left some runners. I'm very transparent about my positions. I left some runners. I left my Amazon, which was up over 100%. My spreads, yes, they went to zero on Friday. I did not exit them. Right, my right spreads were up really nice, and then they took a little dump on Friday. Right, after a long time, I was kind of missing out on the markets, but a lot of my positions that I was personally holding, which were up huge, were red when I opened my account on Friday. But that's trading; it happens, right? I mean, I just didn't happen to take my profits. I thought, let me just let these run. The reason, because as you can see here, I was playing small sizes this entire month, and that's what I recommended to everyone because of a lot of uncertainties. But for SPY, on Friday, now these 2 days I missed, but yes, I was following the market. Obviously, I wasn't following the day-to-day, like the hourly action that was going on in the markets, like DWAC, fund. I missed all those runs. But SPY here, 450 hold all-time highs. This was a comment from last week. Now the only thing here is this area will act as a tough resistance area, right? Does SPY get through it just at once and keeps running, or do we rip up and then? Because this will be a magnet area. This 450 level will be magnet. I can promise you guys this one thing, right? So today, pre-market, we are green. Let's see if we can just continue holding 450, right? Just continue holding 450. If we can continue holding 450, we might have an year-end rally, okay, to close the yearly candles strong. So if we just continue holding above 450 for some days and maybe make this little bullish flag pattern, we can probably see a lot more upside. Or maybe we just continue ripping 455, 460 in a straight line up. Who knows? So let's see, play level by level. I still recommend small sizes for now. We do have a lot of earnings this week with tech led by FANG, right? So keep an eye. Earnings calendar has been posted in the premium chat and in the pre-market prep, so just go look at it. But SPY 450, continue holding. Tech, similar action. SPYs actually went all-time highs. Qs did not, but Qs need to hold this 370 level no matter what. It has to hold this zone right here. All right, and above this, if we do see some strong earnings from tech, we can have all these levels right here, which I'll just zoom in. The numbers are right here, roughly 376, 377.60, 379.20. But for now, tech must hold the lows of Friday. If we do break Friday's lows, then we're probably going to see much lower in this zone. All right, energy stocks acting well. XLE. We had a nice little run here. Energy stocks were very strong the last few weeks, as we know. Nice run from here, and then obviously we were near this 56 level that we had written down. Right, 49 was here, which it broke out of this base, and now if we can continue holding here, which is it's making a sort of a bullish flag, right? If we just continue holding here above 57, 58, we probably resume a nice little uptrend on energy. Pre-market is opening high. If we do stay above 58.50, we probably see 60, 61, 62. So some energy names that you can keep an eye on. PBR, I won't go over them technically, but just some names I'm giving you. PBR, OIH, DVN, I really like. I was looking at it this morning. If we can break above 40 and we hold above 40, 41, we can probably see 43 and 45 and so on. All right. Now some stocks, pins. We were playing this that day, right? A rip. He was already in before this rip. He locked in some gains, I believe. And pins news when it came out, that PayPal was looking to acquire them for $70 a stock. Now the thing here was pins never reached 70. Although 70 should have been a magnet, because if the news was really true, they should have been 70 instantly. We had a spike up, and then 63 was must hold. It did not hold 63. And then obviously PayPal lost some gains because it would have affected their balance sheet. But pins today is trading even lower. It's actually below all those levels that it was trading before the news. It's trading right here. And if 49 fills on pins, right? I mean, this might be a dip by opportunity, but if 49 fills, we're gonna get all the way right here towards 46, right? So expect 46 if pins fills this rip today. All right, so we might just go straight to 45. Now the thing here happened is PayPal is the one that made a comment saying that no, we're not looking to acquire them. All right, pins made no comments. If pins rejected their offer, which I don't know, right? I mean, the news that I have is PayPal said we're not looking to acquire them. So pins never had any comments unless pins came out and said no, we're not going to give ourselves to PayPal. Then obviously there would have been more positivity. It would rip out to the higher side, right? They believe they're valued at much higher. So PayPal is the one that said we have nothing to do with this, and PayPal obviously ripped. Reactions were opposite. This was a good dip buying opportunity, a very strong support zone right here. right? And then PayPal today is trading really high pre-market. If it can continue holding 250, if we do get a dip towards 250 and rips back above highs, so listen to this one more carefully. If we get a dip to 250 in the morning, all right, a dip to 250, and then it takes a 254 again after by 10 a.m., this is probably going to go towards 267, 270 very fast. All right, that's one trade I'll give you guys. Now Tesla, it's just crazy. A lot has happened those 2 days that I missed in the market. It's opening at all-time highs 950, and when Tesla runs, it's just crazy. And then we do have this takes out 900 after earnings. Sky is the limit. This has been here since last week. How high does Tesla run? I have no idea. I will not be playing it because the premiums will just be crazy high. And if Tesla doesn't move, goes sideways or dip, then obviously we will lose a lot, right? For scalping is great. Goldman Sachs won't be here this week, so there won't be much Tesla levels, but 900, but right now it's trading at 950 pre-market. So do we rip or do we dip? It's very strong pre-market. If it continues holding 950 by 10 a.m., we're probably going to see 1,000, 1,050, even 1,100 soon, right? So keep an eye on Tesla. We do have some news. Their price targets have been raised. They raised the prices on their Model X and Model S cars. Hertz, 100K Tesla orders for their fleet. Huge news. That's big, right? And so that's Tesla. And then Facebook has earnings today. Some stocks that will react to Facebook are Pins, Twitter, Snap. Obviously, we all know this. And Facebook has earnings today. Twitter has earnings tomorrow, I believe, October 26th. Facebook just near the 200-day moving day average, and today earnings will matter a lot, right? But if we do continue holding this zone 320, 324 plus, and after earnings, if Facebook is trading, so let me just post earnings. If Facebook gets 330, we likely see 350 and so on. This is if on earnings it does not make a move. On earnings, if Facebook dips or if it stays sideways and it gets 330 plus, we're probably going to see 350 plus. And on Facebook, a very good technical setup which we caught was right here. We bought Facebook right here and we sold right here at 330 at these levels. We took our profits at 337 right here, and then 340 was given. So this was a perfect technical trade which came to us, right? But for now, I'm going to wait until Facebook earnings, see what it does. If they announce great numbers, some comments, because I believe they did. They have some issues with their internals, something to do with their right-leaning content, which I was reading this morning. So some negativity there, but post earnings, obviously numbers will matter. Twitter, and I'm gonna go over some requests that I have from some guys. It's just in this huge chop zone, stuck here above 50 and below 70. This $20 zone. On Friday, it broke below 200-day moving day average, right? When a lot of social media stocks dumped, but today it needs on Facebook earnings are great. This can move up, and then Twitter has earnings. Let's see what they announce. But 65 is a must hold. If Twitter ends up holding 65, we see 70, and then on a 70 solid hold, we will see 100 coming weeks, and this will be a very fast move towards 100. Just keep this in mind. So let's see when this trade comes to you this week, next week, after 6 months, after 1 year. I have no idea, but these are the numbers that we need. All right. And Baba, the only comment I'll make here is, here we go. This green thing is all you need to read on Baba. 172 and through is holding 172 well. We need a 180 plus hold now for investors' confidence. We start holding 180, 220 will be in play. 220 confirmation, we're back in play for long term. All right, but for now, we're just building this little bull flag, and let's see if we can continue moving up. All right, so 172 hold, and the next level is this zone right here. So Baba's going to move from zone to zone now. It's going to rest in if the uptrend stays, right? That's what's going to happen. All right, so let's see how far this goes. Chinese, nothing negative out of there. They're holding. Baidu, same thing. Above 178 hold. We do have 180, 185, 190. All right, but 178 is a must hold. Anything below, then we have much more downside. And Baba should not break 172. And then some other stocks that I missed on. First, let's go over ATVI. Congrats on this trade. First he was in, then LB bought a position, and then I also looked at it. I liked it, and then obviously I have LB's influence just right behind me, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, I also like the chart. We had a nice little great upside move, right? And we nailed this trade. So congrats to ATVI. I'll say thank you to T and LB. It was their trade, and I'm still holding half my position. But if you can just continue holding 79, that would be great. But there's one other thing that can happen here on ATVI. We do have some time on our call. This can retest 77 one more time. This can easily come back, retest here, and if it takes out 79 again, I'm probably going to add another position with some more time to play towards 85. All right, so 77 retest possible, and then once it's through 79 again, I will add a position maybe. All right, not here. Here I already have a half position. If it runs great, I'll still be in profits. All right, Mark. Man, some of these stocks are just crazy. I cannot believe how much me and team missed in those 2 days. A lot of great things happened. Mark, pre-market is trading high. So let's look at the weekly chart. This thing can obviously here we go. So first thing, I was looking at this pre-market. The first zone that we have here, if it can continue holding this above this zone, if it continues holding above this zone, your next target will be 9, which is right here. Your next target will be this 950-ish, right? If it holds above 950-ish, you have all the way towards 15. It's gonna go test the highs here, and through here, then it goes much higher. And we have already seen what happens with squeezes when they happen. All right. Last time it went up, it got sold off. Went up here on low volume, got sold off. It's going up here. Does it continue? It should, but let's see. All right. Keep your stops tight on these stocks because when they dip, is a big dip in your account, but when they rip, is a big rip in your account. So risk reward is high on both sides. DWAC, I think, man, this was I missed all that Trump and drama. This can obviously it's just gonna move wild. It's hard to say what it's going to do right now, but in the daytime maybe I'll go over technicals, but I'm pretty sure I'll be already giving you guys the levels for this. There's nothing to here. It's just a squeeze play right now. Let's see what happens here. I'm not even going to go over this. Fun, another name which is trading with a lot of volume and volatility. On Fun, I would just say this: the opening price of or closing price of Friday 874. Right, if it can continue just holding 874 right now, pre-market is opening above 11 bucks. This can obviously see a squeeze towards 1820 one more time. But when buying names like this, expect a big dip, and expect a big rip. So be willing to also if you buy equity here, be willing to lose if it dips. I mean, because they move a lot, right? It's gonna move probably 30-40% to the upside or downside, right? So risk reward to the both sides. BENE, LB, and Boogie are in here on equity, a great play, and the sky is the limit for this. If it takes out Friday's high, which is 1890, right? So if it takes out 19, I will say a whole number. If it takes out 19, I mean, how high does it go, right? I mean, 25, 30, 40, 50, anything is possible. And if it does not hold, if it cannot break 19, it can obviously give up all the gains. So whatever money you guys put in these names, remember the risk is high, but the rewards are also big. All right, it's like playing an option basically. Our chart of the week, CVS. Keep an eye on CVS, guys. A beautiful chart. Daily looks great, right? And then if we go on the weekly, I'm just going to show you guys something. This was a chart that T pointed out when we were looking at chart of the week for my stock life. A huge base since 2016, on a huge base. And the best thing that happened here now is that it held above the last 3-4 years. It's holding in this zone. The only way I would play CVS, I would not try to predict a weekly move or a monthly move. For this, I would buy time, because through 87, 88 hold, this can give us a nice little big move towards 100. And if you buy options with time, like 2023 options, let's say if you have $10,000 cash, you put in maybe $200 into a leap on a name like this, that has the potential to give you $600, $800 in the coming months. All right, now that's how you play leaps. They require a lot of patience. It's not an overnight play. And so a great play for a leap, CVS. So keep an eye on CVS above 87, 88. We do have all the way towards 90 and then 95 and 100. But it requires time for a play like this, remember. And then somebody, Gumball, METX, you mentioned. I would have to look at some technicals on this, but it's a penny stock. Some volume increase. For this, I would look for a hold above. Man, this is just Gumball. This is a risky stock, man. I mean, if you play this, just remember this can go to 5 cents and even just a penny on the dot. But if it takes out Friday's high, I would say, which is 35 cents, you might see a move towards 40, 45, or even 50 cents. Right, 40 cents will be my first target from 35, and then obviously the high of this, which is 43. Risky, I would have to look at the fundamentals on this or something what this company is. It's just in a nice downtrend, that's all I see. Big selling volume on Friday. Bitcoin stocks, near resistance, right? Near resistance, obviously. here, and if we just continue holding above 63K on BTC, if we can just hold above 63K, right, I think BTC stocks are setting up again and they'll be back in play. I might add a right leap right on the bounce, on the dip that we got. On the weekly, it got rejected at the 50-day moving day average, but oh man, I know, I'm gonna log off right away. There's a lot to cover that I missed. But right, guys, 29, just remember 31, and through 32, we have 35. And guys, this was a little long pre-market, and I'll see you guys back in the chat. We'll be in the voice chat, and let's go over anything else there. Thank you for attending, and sorry if I missed something that you asked for, and we'll see you guys back in the chat.